What's up, guys? It's day one of Keto Rewind CLEAN 30. Are you ready? So first things first, don't sweat the small stuff. We're gonna get it. And just at the end of the day, try. That's all I ask. Take it easy, keep it simple, don't make it harder than it is. We're gonna get through this, and this was day one of 30 videos on this whole Keto Rewind CLEAN 30. So today we're gonna start off with breakfast, which is really my lunch. I'm doing a 16/8 intermittent fasting window, which means I'm fasting for 16 hours, 8 hours is my eating window. So the window to eat is basically 12 or noon to about 7 every day. And that's gonna be for this whole month. Like I said in my previous video, if you're new to intermittent fasting, just take it slow. Get fat adapted first and ease into it. When I started my journey, I went right for it, and it was brutal and tough, but I survived. But mainly, I want you to just do what you can do, and if you need to just ease into something, do that. If you're like me, who goes, all for it, swing it out of the gate, jump right in and start today. Either way, it's gonna be a tough week, depending how many carbs or how much carb detoxing that you're gonna do. So you will feel like crap this week, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. Coming off the carbohydrates and going super clean keto, it's gonna be headaches, it's gonna be fatigue, it's gonna feel and depending how long you have been on the standard American diet, and switching to keto will also affect how long you experience the not so nice symptoms of detoxing from the carbs and sugar. So, but please have faith, it'll pass. And then once you become fat adapted and detox, you're gonna wake up feeling like a new person. So, but I wanted to make that clear and put your expectations, like you are gonna feel horrible for the next couple of days as you detox. But I tell you, I kid you not, you're gonna wake up feeling like a new person once that is through your system, and it will be worth it. So then the first thing is that let's go ahead and make lunch, which is technically my first meal of the day, so it's kind of my breakfast. It's currently noon here, and I basically, that's when I start my eating window, and I'm gonna kick it off with kind of a breakfast. One other thing I wanna put, you're gonna see a lot of, this week is a very simple week. You're gonna see a lot of these things repeated, and that's because we need to keep it simple. These foods are great to start with. I will add more variety towards the end, so don't think it's gonna be boring and you're gonna give up so much stuff. Know that it's gonna get better, but this week we're keeping it simple and we're keeping it clean. So I'm gonna hop off and show you how I make lunch. Okay, so we're going to get a fry pan going with a ½ tablespoon of butter. Make sure you measure your fats, period. And we're gonna use Canadian bacon, a Haas avocado, and some scrambled eggs. So this is the bacon I'm using. I find it at Costco. You can use regular bacon, you can use sausage, whatever you want, just log it. And then obviously I'm gonna have half that avocado. So I'll show you how I'm gonna make it. There's 6 slices in there, 3 for me and 3 for my husband. Cut the avocado in half. We're each gonna have half of it. And then take the seed out, obviously. And there's my eggs. I seasoned just with salt and pepper, and I'm going to scramble them around. And this is when you just, if you want your eggs fried or over easy or whatever it is, just make your eggs how you want them. But I switch it up every day. So I diced up my avocado, and I like to season it with pink salt for electrolytes and just feeling good and not, warding off any headaches. So pink salt and pepper on my avocado, salt and pepper also on my eggs. And then I'll show you the finished product here. There's the plate, there's the Canadian bacon. It's delicious, filling. And next we will go ahead and make a protein shake. And I have that with this meal. Well, you know how much I love getting my protein in. So I'm gonna finish my lunch with a protein shake. This is a completely optional step. There's the little, there we go. This is a completely optional step. So I do 10 ounces of unsweetened vanilla almond milk and a scoop of the Equip protein powder. This one is a very clean one. It's just whey isolate There's the macros and the ingredients, like 3 things. That's how basic. And then 1 scoop gives me 25 grams of protein and also has collagen and all the good stuff, grass-fed, and sweetened with stevia. I really enjoy this one, so I'm gonna have a protein shake, and that's completing my lunch. There's the powder. I'm just gonna shake it up, and this one is really tasty. I'm really picky about my protein powders. I only like the Perfect Keto and the Equip. Other ones tend to give me a bellyache, but this one, I think the Equip is now my new favorite. Plus their collagen is awesome too, so I've been testing that out. There'll be a coupon code down below, obviously, if you want to check them out. But nice, creamy, and you're just gonna give it a shake, which is good for those arm muscles. All right, there you have it. There's a few little chunks, not a lot though. It's a good dissolving protein powder, but I've had some that were really nasty. But this one, delish. So anyways, I'm drinking this, and I'll see you later. So let's track those macros. I'm using Carb Manager. It's my go-to. You can use Carb Manager in the browser or the website, or you can use the app. For this purpose, because it shows up bigger for you, I'm going to use the website version. Also, Carb Manager is free. When I started, I didn't actually pay for the premium until I found it on sale like 7 months later. So, which I do think it's worth the upgrade if you're going to learn how to do this. But like I said, the free version will get all of this for you. So we're going to start off as if you've already created your account, and I'll just mess with my macros and show you, basically where we're at. So you've set it up. Up here at the top, you have profile, you have macros. You need to complete those 2 things. It's really simple. It gets you to where you are today. I have mine set to track net carbs. But you can decide how you want to do it. Macros wise, I put it at a 20% deficit. So my 15-14 is like my calorie goal for the day. The goal is to stay under 19 grams of net carbs, hit 95 grams of protein, and stay under 118 grams of fat. And then if you have the premium version, every time you update your weight, it'll readjust your macros, but you can do this manually, so you don't need the premium version. So anyways, that's where we are at. Like, that's how I got to this point. So over here on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see those numbers, and your pie chart will fill up as you enter your foods. So because I'm starting with lunch, let's go and start with lunch. So you're going to go up to the top and add food. We had 3 eggs, and because I enter it all the time, you only need to scan the box or type it in whatever one you're using one time. It will always show up in your previous foods and also how many you had. So it just really takes it, it just makes it quick. So I had 3 eggs, so we're going to add 2 today. The next thing is we had... this was the Canadian bacon I have. You can easily just scan the barcode. I have 3 slices, add to today. See up here at the top, there's a scan button. You can scan the barcode. You can search for it. And then I cooked it in butter. So you have to count the butter. And then I used a ½ tablespoon. You can change, whatever the quantity you have. If I had 8 tablespoons, I could change that all and put it. But obviously, because I do this all the time, it's set there. So I had a ½ tablespoon of butter. And then I had a Hass avocado. So I enter all vegetables, fruits, meats, everything in raw. So where is my avocado? So let's see here. So I don't know where it was on there, Hass avocado. So say I couldn't find that. Let's go up to the top here and type in Hass avocado. And it'll come right up. Hass avocado. Usually if you see one that's rated, that's usually the one that's probably pretty legitimate. This has 1 as the serving size. So we're going to change that to 0. And we're going to put half because I only had half of it. And then we're going to put add to today. And then I can see what's going on. I've had 2 of 19 net grams of carb. I've had 33 grams of fat, 30 grams of my protein and 436 calories. Now, because I like to group, or I like to eliminate how many times I eat today, I lumped in my protein powder or protein shake in with lunch. And that's because I just want to change the frequency of how often I eat, not so much what I'm eating. So I had almond milk. So obviously that's in my what do you call it? So that's in my list already because I obviously do that a lot. So you can change this to ounces. So I'm just switching it to ounces and changing this to 10 ounces. So now it's 10 ounces of almond milk, add to today. And then I scan the bag. Let's see. Oop, nope, not that one. It was this one. So chocolate prime protein by Equip. 1 scoop, add to today. So that is what I've had to this point today. We will revisit the rest of dinner and everything later. But so far I've had 55 of my 95 grams of protein, 36 grams of my 118 grams of fat, and 573 calories. So that's so far where I'm at today. So we'll finish this and be back at dinner and then we'll go over it. Okay, so it's time to make my keto coffee. It's really simple. I have iced coffee there. I just have it left over from this morning. It looks like a lot, but it's the cup tapers. I'm using unflavored collagen, and heavy whipping cream is going to be, I consider it more of a fat than, like if you use half and half or something, I would consider that more of a carb. But because I use the heavy whipping cream, you could also use almond milk instead, just make it unsweetened. There's a 2 tablespoon, I love the kitchen gadgets, 2 tablespoon measuring spoon, but I just put that in there. Measure your fat. It adds up quickly. Throw in a milk frother like this one. It would have dissolved without this, but I just loved using this tool. And then I'm just going to top it off with some ice as soon as I'm done mixing it. And it's my iced coffee. So cream, unflavored collagen, and black coffee. And it's my afternoon delight, and I'll have this right before I start cooking dinner. So I spread it apart. It's not technically a snack, but anyways, turkey burgers and roasted vegetables for dinner. I have 2 pounds of turkey there. One of it's turkey breast and the other is ground turkey. I wish I would have had the same, but I'm just going to season it with almond flour, Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, and onion powder and garlic powder, making 6 patties, so they're roughly 1/3 pound patties each. And then the grilled veggies are going to be portobello mushroom, white onion, and peppers. So dice them all up. Take the gills out of your mushroom. That's for my husband. I don't eat mushrooms. But dice them up in big hunks like that so they'll fit nicely on the grill. And then we'll grill them. Okay, so there's the veggies. I just drizzled some avocado oil and salt and pepper, so they're ready to go. We have the grill at about 500 degrees right now. I got these mats to cook on, so we're going to test them out. Okay, so 2 of them, they're grilling mats. They fit on my grill perfect. They're supposed to just help it, like the veggies from falling through, and also let it just makes it easier to cook. So we're going to test them. They may be awful, but I'll give you a full review. And then I'm going to put the burgers on in a minute. So let me put them all put all the veggies on this mat. All right, so all the veggies are on the grill. Remember, if you don't want to use peppers or onions, use a different veggie like zucchini, broccoli. Just find a veggie that you like, and you do you. So I'm just doing I'm doing peppers and onions because that's what I had, but it'll vary week to week or every time I make them. But point is, just pick a veggie and throw them on the grill. And then there are the portobello mushrooms. All right, we'll be back in about 10. All right, the grilling mats work pretty cool. Now the veggies have been grilled on each side, and we're gonna pull them off and put the turkey burgers on. All right, last up, we just flipped the burgers, and we'll be back in about 4 minutes till they're done. Okay, so I'm going to use this digital instant read thermometer, ThermaPen, and we're going to get a test of our burgers. Get those Don't they look delicious? So let's see what they are. Looking for at least 160. That one, wow, these are very done. All right, so the front one's done, but these other ones are not. All right, so this front one is definitely done. All right, we have reached temperature, so we're going to take them off and put them on our plate. And for those that are wondering, how do you clean the mat? You just wipe the mat. It's a non-stick mat. So I'm going to wipe it with, when I'm all done, when it's cooled off, obviously. We'll just wipe it, and it'll be ready again for next time. So it didn't really make a mess. And there's the turkey burgers. Okay, and there is the finished product of dinner. I can't even tell you how delicious that is to me. But you can switch up to whatever vegetables that you want. I did drizzle mustard on. I forgot before I took the picture. But you drizzle mustard on your burger, and that saves you lots of calories and gives you lots of flavor instead. Okay, so we are at the point where I've logged lunch, but I have not logged any of my afternoon treats or my dinner. So I'm going to classify my keto coffee, which is basically just, as you saw, black coffee with a scoop of collagen and 2 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream. So we're going to log that in snack just so it keeps it, organized. I make that every single day. So I have that already saved under my foods, but I'm going to show you how you do this with the next recipe. So I just call it Keto Rewind, heavy whipping cream and unflavored collagen. So it already has my measured out ingredients. So all I have to do is just hit add to today. It's a real time saver and you'll want to do that. So how did I do that? Well, I will show you on the dinner's recipe because I'm going to make these turkey burgers all the time. And for whatever reason, I can't believe I don't have that in here. So we're going to log dinner. Now, the same thing, add foods. And then up here at the top where you see my foods, this is all of the recipes that I've created. So if you want to add your own recipe, basically all you do is click create a recipe. We're going to call this Keto Rewind, Keto Rewind Turkey Burgers. Now I'm making 6 with this recipe. You could actually put a weight like I did 3rd pound patties. But we're just going to skip that part. But I know that if there's 6, there'll be 3rd pound patties. So you scroll down to, or actually you can make it a little icon to make it look like a burger. Makes it kind of cute. My mom's into this part. So I'm just going to go ahead and select that, or you can upload your own photo. And then down here, under ingredients, I'm going to just add what I just put in. Now, because I didn't do 2 pounds of just turkey breast, the macros will be different. So I need to do ground turkey and ground turkey breast separately. So I'm going to just type in ground turkey breasts. Okay, so the turkey breast that I have is the honeysuckle white. So we're going to put 1 pound. So we're going to just change this. See, it says serving to pound. So we're going to 1 pound is what I'm entering. And I also did ground turkey. So I got to take off turkey because the macros will be different. So this is little tricky things that you got to pay attention to. And my ground turkey was, ideally you would use 2 of the same, but because, times are weird right now, I could only get that. I'm just looking for the brand that I had. So it matters on the fat percentage. So make sure you get that one correct. Let me see if I can find honeysuckle. There it is. Honeysuckle 93% white. So, and then also change that to pound. So 1 pound. So now I've accounted for my 2 pounds of turkey. Now the next thing is I personally do not log spices. The only spice that I'm actually going to log of the ones I did, which was garlic powder, onion, and salt. I'm going to log the almond flour. So, and I use the Kirkland, which is the Costco. But because these spices, to me, I stay well under my, I can't spell almond. There we go. There it is. So I put a 1/4 cup in, but I'll explain why. See, the 1/4 cup is already selected, so we're going to add. I don't add spices because I know I stay underneath my macros, but if you want to be super, super clean, you could, but I think all the spices maybe could add up to, over a course of a day, 1 carb. So I just don't waste that time. And then the next thing I had was veggies. No, I'm sorry, that completes the turkey burger. So I have the flour and the ground turkey. And then, the Worcestershire sauce. So I could have scanned my bottle, or I can go in and search for it. Or, there it is. Okay, so I used the Lee & Perrins brand, and I put 1 tablespoon in. So right now it says teaspoons. We just change it to tablespoon. Add. And then, so those are the 2, I mean, that would be enough of a macro change. So I made sure I added those 2, but I just left out the spices. So now all we do is hit save. So I've created that recipe. So now when I want to log the food, let's go back to here. So we have dinner, right? So we're going to go over here, add foods. And now it's in my foods because I just created Keto Rewind, Rewind turkey burgers, and I had 1 serving, so 1 of the 6, and I select add to today. So now my turkey burger has been accounted for. And then the next thing I had, because I like to log my vegetables in raw. Let's go ahead and do green pepper. I wrote this all down, and always use raw. It's just easier. And it's not, because you can build it. So I roughly had half of a green pepper, which ended up being like 54 grams. So you can either, I just like to go by grams at this point. It's just easier. So I know I had 54 grams just because I pre-measured. I knew I was doing this for you. But that's something you want to do to make sure you write it down. So I had 54 grams of, it was like 1.5 pieces or something like that. And then I also had yellow pepper. The yellow pepper and red pepper are going to be higher than the green. So it's ideal to just have green, not the yellow. But like I said, I could not get all green peppers at the store. And you've got to do what you got to do. It's not the end of the world. Nobody died eating yellow peppers. So I had 62 grams of yellow. And then I also had white onion. So, and if you're going to pick onions, do white onion because they are the lowest. Let me change that. White onion. They are the lowest in carbs. Well, white onion. And then I had, change this to grams, 64 grams of onion, raw. And then I put 2 tablespoons total in the vegetables when I put the avocado oil. So I need to log my avocado oil. Right, it should come right up here. Oop, it would help if I spelled it right. And oil. And I use the Chosen Foods brand from Costco. And I put a tablespoon in. Because me and my husband split that. And then now that should be it. Now let's go look and see if I've missed anything. I've got my yellow pepper, my green pepper, my turkey burger, my oil, my coffee. Everything's in. So right now I've had 13 of 19 net carbs. Oh, I forget to log my nuts. With my nuts. Hold on. Sorry. So we go in here, we hit. Okay, so we go to snack. We're going to add foods. And we have roasted. I already have it because I've made the recipe. They were pecans roasted and salted, and I had a 1/4 cup, or also known as 1 ounce. Oop, ounce. turn that, and then I just hit 1 and add to today. Now that makes more sense. I'm like, why is it low? Okay, so 14 of 19 net carbs, 14 grams of fiber, 96 of 118 grams of fat, 104 of 95 grams of protein, and 1359 of 1514 net calories. Yeah, so that was a great day. And that was what I had. So I will move along and we will see you tomorrow. So, oh, and then to answer some questions real quick about everything. You can swap out the Canadian bacon for regular bacon. You can skip the protein shake altogether. If you don't feel the same way about protein as I do, you don't have to do that. So don't stress about the protein powder. I told you why I do it, and that's just to add extra protein. Just to make sure I'm hitting my numbers every day. You could easily just increase the size of the protein that you're eating. Like I could get a half-pound burger instead of a third pound, that kind of thing. I could bump it up and add an extra egg. There's other ways to get the protein. It was just out of convenience that I used the protein shake. And along with the collagen, I'll put a link to the video of why I do my collagen. Or I stress having collagen every day. And that's because it supports skin, hair, nails, and joints. And for someone who's lost 122 pounds, I need all the help with the skin I can get. And that's why the protein helps me with keeping the lean mass, and the collagen helps my skin elasticity. And, just overall, it's all part of my journey. And this is what I do. I don't know exactly which one is the absolute answer, or if it's because it's a combination of all of those, but that is what I do, and that's what matters, and that's worked for me. So anyways, that's the macros. Okay, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. It's day 1. You can do it. Don't give up. Don't give in. No excuses, no doubt. Muscle through it. Find and draw your inner strength and do this. Do it. Do it for your health. Write down some reasons right now on a piece of paper. Why are you doing this? Why do you want to change your life? And you need to have those answers by soon, because if you don't have those answers, all this work will be for nothing, and you won't have anything to draw on when you have a moment where you're like, this is hard, I don't want to do this anymore. You're going to refer back to that list. I did that when I started, and I still look at that list. I jotted it down. It's like, my kids doodled all around it on the paper, but I still look back at that list and I know my reasons for doing it. I know my why. So comment below, why are you doing this? And that's your homework. So if you have any questions, comment below. If not, I will see you tomorrow, day 2 of the Keto Rewind Clean 30. I'm Jess. Bye-bye.